MisterStubstep, and don't forget the Mr. It's a TCG player video. I know these are usually the most popular on my channel, and I'm excited to do one of these because my mail has been piling up. I have all of these letters, presumably with singles. Even gonna throw in an opening because there's still a couple promos in my Sword and Shield promo binder that aren't in there. Even though I've had them in my collection, I just haven't opened them. And then even some thicker bubble mailers. Oh, speaking of probe scene, I'm not sure if you guys have ever done auctions, but I was about to call it a channel. It's a huge store on eBay that's pretty popular. And then I'll go over some cards that I went through over New Year's whenever I hit that talking point. And then I did get my Terrestrial Festival booster boxes in from Japan, so I'll be opening up one of these in the future. It'll probably be a while from now, but just wanted to say that I got these too. So let's get into these letters. It has been ages since I placed these orders, so all of these will be a wonderful surprise for me. So they use the cut a binder page into threes. I do this when somebody orders a ton of cards, and then I put them in 3 slots into an envelope. And we got a Shadowverse Evolve. I'm assuming that's a bulk card. Oh, and we have the Wo-Chin EX. So starting off strong with a special illustration there from Paldea Evolved. And like always, if I paid more than $1, I'll put that information down below and then what it's worth currently, since it's probably been a while since I've ordered these. So you're able to see whether or not the price has gone up, gone down, all of that good stuff. We have the Boss's Orders, which that is a wonderful card right there. Oh my gosh. Love Getsis. And that's a pretty cool artwork for the Boss's Orders. And then it looks like we have this is a Scarlet and Violet promo and Pupitar. I'm honestly not even sure what set this came out of, but Pupitar, Pupitar, however you want to pronounce it, is a pretty cool Pokemon. So yeah, and then it looks like we have some Clash of Heroes bulk. Oh wow, these are some pretty cool artworks, honestly. And Jade Long Tactician, and okay, I'm not gonna go through those. All right, so first one down, and we're looking pretty good already. Let's get into this envelope. I've been really digging these little card sleeve holder things. It says do not tuck though, and they tucked it. What are you doing? Just put a piece of tape. I feel like I'm gonna bend the cards. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna put these ones face down because I feel like I was revealing everything last time. Oh, it's only a couple cards. We have the Parasol Lady from Paradox Rift. That is a really nice artwork. I think this is just the regular ultra rare or full art, whatever you want to call it. I think the special the special one is even cooler. But that is a nice artwork, so we'll put that in a separate pile. Let's see what we have next. Oh, we have the Iron Leaves EX. I almost said GX, wow. And this is a Scarlet and Violet promo. I'm assuming it comes from that one box. And then we have the Palafin EX. This is another promo. Okay, so we're catching up on some promos. It looks like my next order will consist of more promos, so I can slowly catch up on those. All right, another envelope down. All right, I was hoping they were gonna put a tab on this one, but they didn't, but at least it was easy enough to get open. This appears to be, did they put them in upside down? I think so. Okay, so we have the Gouging Fire EX. That is a nice one. It's an interesting artwork. But that Blaze Blitz, this is another promo, as well as the Walking Wake EX. I know my sister pulled the Walking Wake EX from Temporal Forces pack, which I think is one of the top 3 most expensive cards in that set, or whichever set the Walking Wake EX comes in. So I thought that was pretty cool. She was wanting to give it to me, and I was like, no way, you should keep that card or sell it for other cards that you want. And it came in a My Hero Academia sleeve. Wow, look at that. Looks like we have a few more envelopes left. Another one of these shipping shields, and they followed the rule of not tucking. So I don't think they needed that big of a piece of tape, but still, that was way easier to get open. And oh shoot, we got some sparkliness. Okay, all individually sleeved. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. A ton of holo there with that Lazy Press. Another Scarlet and Violet promo, and that Snorlax is chilling. I can't even recognize those berries. Let's see what this one is. Oh, the Paldean Tauros. That is from Paldea Evolved. And that looks to be just the regular Paldean Tauros, so not the water or the fire one. Are those the variants? Honestly, can't remember, but I'm thinking that's correct. And the final card, ooh, the Golden Quaquaval EX. Wow, that one's really nice. Another Paldea Evolved card. So I know my goal was to complete all of the 2023 sets in 2024. Obviously did not come close to that. So I'll just be slowly working on all the sets through 2024 to include the ones left in 2023. All right, 2 more envelopes. Okay, I think this one is gonna be a little bit of a special one. I'm pretty sure y'all won't be expecting this. but I'm excited to unveil this card. So it has a really nice sleeve, Pokemon Merry Christmas card database, and Pikachu holding, I'm not sure what Pokemon that is. If that's like a Pichu covered in snow, I'm not sure. Or maybe that's just a new Pokemon altogether. But let's see what is on the other side of that. Yes, it is a Kirlia card, and it looks to have a little bit of shine to it, but it's Pokemon Merry Christmas. For those not aware, I am a Kirlia Master Set collector. I saw this on eBay, thought it was the cutest thing, and I do not have it, so it will go into my Kirlia Master Set binder, which includes all of the official like TCG cards, as well as any other cards that have Cameo or Kirlia featured. And the final envelope has a Hop and Wooloo sticker on it. Cool. All right, and this one is done beautifully. It's in a top loader, but it has a tab with Scotch tape, or the painter's tape, or masking tape, whatever you want to call it. And then it has 2 pull tabs for each of the cards. Maybe a little extra, but honestly, it's beautiful and makes it really easy to get all these cards out. So we have the Rev of Room. I always want to call it Rev of Room, but it's a Rev of Room. And this is another Scarlet and Violet promo. So this looks like to be, this was just the promo purchase with whatever other cards I could get from sets that I needed, which I will not complain because I need these promos. Got the Toxel, and the promo binder is probably my favorite binder to put cards into because it's always so beautiful and nice to flip through the pages. So we've gone through all of the singles envelopes, but we do have a couple bubble mailers to go through. So let's start with this first one. All right, first bubble mailer, don't let me down. I'm gonna try to do at least one slab every single video that I do, since even with the openings, not just the TCG player ones. Oh, look at that. That is very interesting wrapping. Let's see if I can get this open. Looks like they just did some saran wrap, but let's see if you can guess what kind of card this is. Yes, it is a Kirlia card. And you're like, wait, you already have this Kirlia card in a 10, don't you? You have it in English and Japanese, but would you look at that? It is off center. I'm actually gonna stand up for this one. It is a Kirlia off center. I know the lighting is very poor, but if I turn on the light, then you'll just get all the glare. So hopefully this suffices, but I am the Kirlia Master Set collector. It's rare that I see an OC or misprint or something, or miscut Kirlia card, specially graded, and this one was given the designation, so naturally I added this to my collection. So now I have an OC of the illustration rare Kirlia, which is one of the best Kirlia cards probably. So this one, the back kind of already reveals what kind of card it is, but this is that Kirlia Pocket Monsters. I'm not even sure what official thing this is from, but it does have the Game Freak. And this is a PSA 10 of it. Oh, it's the Zukin card. Kirlia Part 1. And yeah, no holo or like anything where it changes Pokemon. But this is really cool. I saw it in a 10. I don't have this card in a 10, so I figured I'd pick it up. And I think I got it for a reasonable price. Of course, I'll have all the prices that I paid down below like always. But 2 Kirlia slabs to add, which I think are great additions to the collection. And now we have a little bit of an opening, special surprise. So we do have the Astral Radiance. Let's see if I get anything crazy. Oh, I think I just damaged my stuff, but we have the Zera Aura coin, massive coin. We have the code, the QR code was already exposed itself. We have the Oricorio, which is a Sword and Shield promo with the yellow border, which is tripping me out, a little bit off center. And then we do have a pack of Astral Radiance. What do I want to get out of here? A Machamp, maybe? The Machamp alternate art, isn't that an Astral Radiance? We'll see. I haven't opened up a Sword and Shield pack in a while. I can't remember if the color of the code actually reveals anything. And this actually requires a pack trick, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. Oh, Grass Energy, I need that for my mail. Hippowdon. Energy Lotto's not bad. Quilava, Bronzor, Kricketot, ooh, Psyduck. Petalil, Stantler, Reverse Hollow Oshawott, it's a starter, and the Mightyena non-hollow rare. Okay, fair enough. If I were to put something in the store, I would probably put the Energy Lotto, and then this Reverse Hollow Oshawott if I don't have it already, and then I usually put all my rares in the store regardless, even though most rares. But later down the line, when people try to do their master sets, a lot of times rares are what they're missing. A lot of times they'll have the uncommons. Sometimes you could say uncommons, but most people will have all the commons already. So if it's a decent trainer card, which obviously rotation is going to happen, I don't know how soon, but I think, beginning of this year. But this is not a super useful trainer card, but it's useful enough to where I think it's worth listing on a store. And then reverse hollows, people collecting master sets, those are always useful. And the rest of this is probably just bulk, and I'm pretty sure I have all these cards already. But I do like that Quilava. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all these in my applications, sleeve them up, enter them, and then get all the binders, and we can start slotting stuff away together. Okay, it's binder time, and we have a ton of cards to slot away. Okay, maybe not a ton, but we have a good amount to put away. And I have a lot of talking points. I'm actually gonna try to catch up on every single talking point that I have, just so I can catch up and like be more relevant with what I talk about for every single video. Cause like, I think I go back to Thanksgiving with these talking points, so I'm like a month and a half behind. But we'll start off with the Curlia binder. I do actually need to move all of these to a new pink binder that I got, since I've pretty much filled this Curlia binder up. But the first thing I want to talk about is I did get some new Red Wing boots. So I have a Red Wing. I have my black, I have brown Red Wing boots for work. I have black Doc Martens, and then I got a pair of brown Doc Martens for kind of like going out. Because I want to have like a brown and a black going out boot, and now I have both of those. Because my work boots, I'm gonna be honest, I do not want to go out with those. They're very heavy, bulky, and not meant for getting jiggy with it, you know what I'm saying? So I actually have this in the mail. So all of the singles that I just ordered, those are actually my more recent orders from November. I have a bunch of orders from September and October. I thought I grabbed the right pile, but I actually grabbed the wrong pile, so that'll be the next time I do a TCG player video. But we do have this beautiful Christmas card that can go into here, so I'm excited to move all of these over. And I think there's another sleeve that came out that features the whole evolutionary line that's different from these two, so I think I need to buy that sleeve off of eBay. But that is the Curlia binder all caught up to date. Now we can actually open up the legendary Sword and Shield promo binder, which I have not done. But did get a pair of new boots. I plan to do a review on those soon. I think I just have to do like one other 2 parts and then the actual review portion, and then I'll put that video out. So that's something exciting. My Duolingo streak, despite all of the Owl's threats, has ended. So I think all showed what I think I almost hit 1,000. I think I was like at 800 something or 900 something. I almost hit 1,000 days straight, but I just kind of, it got old. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. So I stopped, and that's kind of where I left off. And I think I'm only missing one other promo from a single pack blister. This is such a cool binder. I can't wait to fill in the whole Scarlet and Violet one as well. But look at that. Now that page is complete. I think I have one more single pack blister that I need in here somewhere. Or maybe I don't. I'll look at this again. I think this is supposed to be a Jirachi V. I need to figure out how to even get that Jirachi V, but that is where we're at. I need to do a video on this binder too, because I haven't done a binder, or I haven't done a video on officially completing this binder, which I feel like is warranted. Now we can go into Paldea Evolved. For my Thanksgiving plans, I did go see, what did I do? Oh yeah, I went to see my aunt. And so I went previously to see my aunt for my mom's birthday, and then I went again to see my aunt, but it was just me this time. Went and had Thanksgiving. Her current boyfriend, they make great food and all that stuff, so it's always a great time hanging out with them. His side of the family is like a massive side of the family, so I've just been slowly getting to know that whole side of the family. So technically my side of the family is just me and my aunt, and then everyone else there is all like either work friends or his side of the family, so it's kind of funny. And it's like ages from, you know, like kids under 10 all the way up to, you know, grandparents. So it's pretty cool and fun. It's just nice around the holiday time to be around family and friends and everything like that. So even if they're not people that I'm used to hanging out with or that I know really well, it's still nice. And just eating good food, playing games and all that stuff together. So that's nice. Hopefully your Thanksgiving was good. I know that was a long time ago, but hopefully it was good. I did go clubbing by myself for the first time. So I've gone out to restaurants, I've gone out to bars, I've gone to movies, I've gone out just in general by myself, but I've never went clubbing by myself. Because when I thought about that, I'm like, man, anytime I go clubbing with my friends and I see that one weird dude just kind of dancing by himself, I'm like, man, he always just gives off like a weird vibe. But I went by myself, and let me tell you, it actually ended up being a really cool night. Met some really cool people. Some people came up to me, and then I ran into some other people, and I'm like, hey, are you here with anybody? And they're like, no, I'm here solo too. And we're like, hey. So it was nice. Got to meet a lot of people. But I did learn quickly, because when I go clubbing, like I go for the vibe, I go for dancing, maybe a little bit of drinking, just hanging out with friends, just having a good time, no expectations, no stress. But you can always tell a lot of people go out just to find somebody for the night, or maybe potentially for the long term. And that's just not me. Maybe I need to try that once, but it's never been my thing. And you can kind of see once that midnight one hits, people start kind of pairing off and leaving the club or going somewhere to get quiet, or, you know, to do things more than just dancing, which I completely understand that. But if the DJ's on point, then I'm all about dancing and clubbing. So that was an experience going by myself. It was I got there a little bit early before stuff really started popping off. Was able to meet some people, talk to them, and then I kind of started the dance floor off myself. I tend to do that a lot because I can't contain myself, and if a really good song comes on, I know a lot of people, especially the places that I go, I would say most people aren't itching to dance. Of course, there's like a lot of girls and everything that do like to dance, but I feel like most people just want to kind of chill and talk. But I lean more towards dancing. Like I love talking and stuff too, and just having a good time. But that's what ended up happening. It was a good time. Let me know if you've gone clubbing by yourself. Most people don't even really enjoy clubbing, especially around my age now. Most people don't like going clubbing. So the fact that I have friends that are willing to go clubbing, and maybe they don't want to go as often as me, but the fact that they're wanting to go, or they are okay with going at all, I very much appreciate them. Did go to downtown Culver City, so kind of nearby me. So I'm in Marina Del Rey, and then there's like Mar Vista, and then there's Culver City, and they have a downtown area, and it has a lot of good, nice restaurants and bars and everything like that. And I didn't know they had like a nice staircase area with lighting, and then like some really high-end, kind of cool-looking bars and everything. So I was actually surprised at how nice the area was. So let me know if you've been to downtown Culver City, if you're even in this area. But I'm very much looking to go back. Maybe if I want to take somebody on a date, that would be a good spot to take them, because there's a lot of nice areas. And then it's very walkable, so you can have a meal and walk somewhere else, maybe get dessert, maybe get a drink or something like that. So it was very nice overall. That is Paldea Evolved. Okay, next, one of my good friends at work, he's previously gone on EF trips. I don't actually know what the EF stands for, and I feel like EF trips are pretty low-key, but they're basically trips that you can go on. They're like fully guided. Well, you have the option for them to be like fully guided or only partially. You can go to like one country, multiple countries, you know, you could be on a cruise or vehicle or whatever. A lot of times they take care of all that stuff, the tickets, the transportation, the lodging, some meals, probably not drinks. I've never been on an EF trip myself, but he's been on them and they're amazing. And so I'm probably going to be doing an EF trip this upcoming fall. And then I also have a trip coming up in the spring around my birthday time, and it is it's going to be Italy. So super excited for that. I've actually already booked the ticket, and I don't know if you've ever booked like a massive ticket to go somewhere, but it's a good feeling. And when you have something to look forward to, you have a date on the calendar to be like, I can't wait for that time. It's nice. It's nice. And this ticket was actually fully purchased with miles. So I have not advertising, well, not like sponsored or anything like that. This is just purely from my experience, you know, take it or leave it. I'm sure there's plenty of credit cards and stuff that have these opportunities. But I have an American Express, and I was able to purchase this ticket pretty much solely through miles. So it was pretty nice. I think with protection, it ended up being less than $100. So I think I paid like $70 or something like that for everything, which is really cool. So then I can just focus on the activities there, and then, you know, the lodging. And if I want to get myself a special gift or something being over there, but I'm also trying to travel pretty light, so I'm not sure if I'm even going to want to do something like that. But it's nice to have the option there and not be like, oh, I'm finally able to afford this trip, but then I don't want to, like, if you're going to go on a trip, I don't want to feel grounded by, like thinking about every purchase and all that stuff. Like if I want something, I want to get it. I'm on a trip, I'm having a good time and all of that. So let me know if you have any big trips planned. That actually concludes Paradox, or what is this, Paradox Rift? Yeah, Paradox Rift. Only one card, the Parasol Lady. Very nice card, and I still have a lot of work to do in this binder. Oh, I opened up this binder backwards? Okay. I haven't done that mistake in a while. I don't even know how I could do something like that. But we did have the work Christmas party, so I feel like most jobs or whatever, they have some form of like Christmas or gathering or holiday something at the end of the year. We had ours that actually ended up being super boring. Me and my friend actually kind of got into like a weird fight based on the seating arrangement, but we're all better now. It was just like one day of being frustrated with each other, but I'm glad we're friends again. Made me feel like I was back in, you know, middle school or something, and you sit at the wrong table at the cafeteria or something. It was kind of funny. And then one of my friends, she actually ended up winning a PlayStation 5, so that was kind of cool. And then, you know, took photos, ate, but the talking went for so long. I mean, and I get it, like, you should be able to honor like all the people that have put in a lot of years and a lot of work, but then all of us were just trying to have a good time, drink, dance, you know, mingle and all that stuff. And I feel like the time for that was extremely limited. So yeah, it didn't actually end up being that good of a night. And I think it was on a Tuesday too, which is, oof, that's rough. I get it. It's probably cheaper to do it on a Tuesday, but it's also painful to have to go into work the next day or take a whole day off just because of the holiday party, which maybe you didn't even want to go to. So yeah. The next thing that I have is I did host a white elephant party, or not a white elephant party, but I hosted a little get together. So I know previously I had some people over and it was like a small group, I think only like 5 or 6 of us. But this time I went around the office and was like, hey, I'm hosting, let's get together. I'll provide food and drink and all that stuff. And then also one of my coworkers, she had an idea about doing a white elephant as well. So $25 minimum, or $25 minimum, $25 maximum. And then I even invited my one friend from high school, and everyone gathered together. I was expecting like 8 to 10 people. It ended up being like 15 people. So really got to see how my space would feel with that many people. One of my friends, he got me for Christmas, he got me an amazing disco ball. If I have any footage, I'll let you guys know. Because I don't mind dancing with the light on, lights off, whatever. But there's just something about lights that just can really add to an effect. Because we were like mingling, eating, drinking, and all that stuff. And then we finished White Elephant. And then after the White Elephant, the disco ball popped on. And it just like, everyone kind of stopped for a second, like, what the heck? And then went back to what they were doing. And it ended up being a really good night. There was a handful of people that showed up and they're, oh yeah, I'm only going to be here for an hour. And then they ended up staying for like 4 or 5 hours, which, I mean, maybe it's like the selfish part of me, but that's like a good sign. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad they were having a good time because they wanted to stay longer. And then some people had to like arrange to where they couldn't drive back and all that stuff. And of course my space is open to people. So it was nice. It was nice to host, had a good time. And I don't think that'll be something that I'll be doing super often because it was quite the mess to pick up, but maybe like once or twice a year. So there's that. We did have a random happy hour. So one of like our head people on our project got promoted. So now he has like his own card to kind of do his swiping. So we've been doing more and more frequent happy hours, which are kind of like last minute. If you're there late in the day, you'd be like, hey, I'm paying, let's go get drinks. And then we all kind of get drinks together, which is really nice. Dang, I've just been rambling for so long. I should probably put these cards away. You guys need to tell me to shut up, huh? But the random happy hours are always welcome. There's some times where I'm like, ooh, I'm really trying to meet my diet or feel good, but then there's just something about socializing. I can never pass it up. It's so hard for me. I love gatherings. I love getting together. It's just one of my favorite things to do. We actually also started coordinating outfits sometimes at work. So most of the time it's black because we have one person that we work with that she tends to wear black, like or dark navy or black, like 100% of the time. So we might just do like an all black day, and then it's kind of funny in meetings where it's like, oh, whose funeral, or why are you guys all wearing all black? And then there's usually 1 or 2 people that weren't included and they feel left out. But we've been trying to include more people in our subtle coordinated outfits, I guess. That was a very random talking point, but I wrote it down. And then because it was Christmas and New Year's, a lot of the teams and companies that I work with, they gave me gifts and everything, which was really nice. So I was able to get some like bottles of alcohol and all of that. So, and just, good wishes. So it's nice if you have a good relationship with people, sometimes it can pay off and you can get stuff in return. And then other times, it's just another day at work. I kind of already hit on it, but I have been going out by myself more. I know recently when I've gone to the bars a few times, I've met some really interesting, cool people. And now that I've been like trying to hop around to like the same few places, I'm actually been running into some of the familiar faces. It's kind of like a double-edged sword because I feel like there's some establishments where you don't mind being a usual and they like take care of you and all this stuff. And then there's some establishments where like, wait, you recognize me? That's not a good thing type stuff. So it's nice to run into familiar faces for sure. And the area that I'm living in, there's a lot of interesting characters. So that actually concludes this binder session. Okay, so I'm gonna do this really quick and then I might do the facing camera depending on how long this video has been. But did do a trip to Arizona for Christmas, which was great. I was there for like 6 days, got to go to Tucson, see my sister, niece, brother-in-law, mom and dad. That's probably the first time our whole family, like immediate family's been together like in a few years. And we did a whole bunch of openings. So I think this is gonna be like a tradition moving forward is we're all gonna get a bunch of random like sealed product from like, I don't know, Disney Lorcana, sports, anime, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that stuff. And just kind of open it all together. And it's really fun to kind of like take turns, open up packs. Let me know if you've like ever shared a booster box with somebody or something like that. It actually is a lot of fun. And then, you might get some good stuff in there too. So I've shown photos of what we opened and then the pulls from that. So let me know if you see anything that's super interesting, but I'm just showing off the stuff that I got. So a bunch of Naruto cards, which is really cool. And then I think I got some like higher rarity ones. I had to look up the rarities because these Naruto cards have so many different rarities. It's pretty crazy. But there's the SRs, which are really nice. Got the older Naruto, Sakura. It's the bug dude. I feel so bad that I can't remember their names anymore. Not Shino. Yeah, maybe Shino. I can't remember. Have no idea your name. Of course, Sasuke, Orochimaru, Hinata, Rin. This was like my only OR, which is a really cool looking card. And then I opened up a Japanese pack, which that looks like Japanese. And then I think wasn't there a Korean pack? Yeah, here's the Korean pack that I opened up as well. So that was pretty cool. Opened up a lot of sports and got some good stuff. Let me know if any of those pulls were good. And we also did play some card games and everything too. So we played Pictionary, which is really fun. Learned that my mom is not the best drawer at all. And me and my sister are just like linked. Like I'll literally draw like a stick figure and she'll be like, oh, that's trick-or-treating. And then everyone's like, whoa, how are the, like it looked like we were cheating, but we just know each other so well. We know how each other think. So that was nice. It was kind of unfair to have me and her on the same team, but we swapped teams and it was fun. Played a game called like Slay or something like that. That was fun. Trash Panda. And then there's like a Uno that's like a hardcore Uno where you can like draw like 10 or something like that. Yeah, ridiculous. All right, I'll probably, depending on how long this video is, I'll go to the face camera, and then if it has been too long, then I'll probably close it out, but let's check it out. And we are back to the front-facing camera part of the video. I have the rest of my talking points. Hopefully I can get through all these. I'm gonna try to keep this video under like 35 minutes, hopefully. Oh shoot, I'm trying to think. There's nothing too embarrassing in the back. You got a Christmas tree. Oh, you see that? That's a disco ball. Here, let me show you the disco ball. Let me show you. Look at this. Look at this. That's just one setting. It goes crazy. It goes crazy. And that light on the background is like ruining it a little bit too. Ooh, I could just like keep the disco ball on in the background while I'm talking. You know what? This is a vibe, actually. This is a vibe. And it conceals my face a little bit. Hey, what's up? Sorry if the lights are hurting you. Oh, dang, but then I can't read my notes very well. Okay, so I did get a bunch of good Christmas gifts this year, a bunch of random. So I made like a little Amazon wish list. That's kind of what everybody in our family did. So we'd all like buy each other gifts. And they're like, man, you're just so boring. You're just asking for underwear and socks and all this stuff. Actually, this is such a freaking vibe. Let me... you're just asking for like underwear and socks and everything. So I didn't actually end up getting any of the things that I wanted, but I got some Finding Nemo socks where the toes are like a fish's mouth. And yeah, that was, and I got a tank top that says flex so hard the sleeves came off, which I wore once on Christmas Day, and I will probably never wear that tank top again, but you know, it's funny. And yeah, I got some cards, I guess, and I'll have shown a photo of all my Christmas gifts, but yeah. Squid Game. Okay, so now I'm about to go through like a TV show and anime portion. So just everything that I've been watching and we can catch up together. So Squid Game season 2 came out. The ending was like, bro, really? But overall, so the first season of Squid Game, I would give a 10 out of 10. It would be so hard to reach that same surprise factor in a second season. I know a lot of people, their expectation was, oh, this is just going to be another, you know, cash grab or something like that. I actually thought it ended up being pretty cool. There were some really good characters in the season. I know the one recruiter guy, he played his role really well. I actually really liked the main character and then the front man. And yeah, overall, I thought the season was fairly well done. I would give this season a 9 out of 10. Obviously, how it stopped, it makes you wanting way more. But let me know what you thought of Squid Game season 2. It's kind of crazy, but I almost thought the first game, kind of what was shown in the preview, was probably the most intense out of all of them. But there had some good moments. I was getting emotional. It was really, I think it was really well done. Show a quick photo of hat storage. So that was another thing that I got for Christmas. So now I have something for all my hats. I think once I hit, I think it was either 30 or 40. It was the next 10. I'm going to do like a hat collection video, just kind of go through all my hats because I feel like my hat collection has actually been building quite nicely. I have a few more hats that are on my list to get, and then as I go to more sporting events, I'll probably get more hats and work things and all that stuff. That wasn't TV show related, but it was in there. Now more will be TV show. So I did get the Solo Leveling comics. So that was another thing that I got for Christmas. My brother-in-law was actually smart. He ended up getting me volumes 3, 4, and 5 because he assumed I'd already bought 1 and 2, but I hadn't bought any of them. So he got me those. I'm like, well, no, I'm forced to get 1 and 2. So now I have the first 5. I finished the first one, and then I'm like halfway through the second one. And then when I was looking through all the anime that I want to watch this year, I saw that Solo Leveling was coming out actually yesterday at the time of filming this, so the weekend of the 3rd and January 3rd. And yeah, it is like, oh my gosh, it is so good. I'm so hype. I'm so excited. I just can't wait I love it when people recognize his power. I feel like he's slowly losing himself, but at the same time, I love it. The animation's on point. The characters, I mean, I'm a fanboy. What can I say? It's my favorite show since Attack on Titan that I've been watching, so really enjoying it. Let me know if you're watching Solo Leveling. I'm super excited. I think it'll be coming out every Saturday from here on out. So Oh man, so excited. Opening's really good. The ending, I don't think it hasn't grown on me yet, but maybe one day I'll end up saving it, but I love the opening to it. One Piece is doing this whole like Fishman redo. So I think they're going on hiatus because they're catching up. The show's catching up with the manga, which is understandable, but then they're just putting out all this stuff. I've never skipped any One Piece episodes, even if it is filler. But yeah, it's rough. I'm not caught up. I'm probably like 10 episodes behind because it's just all Fishman redone, which I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not super like, gnawing at the bone, the teeth. I don't even know what the phrase I'm trying to go for there is. I did watch Emily in Paris. So when Emily in Paris, the most recent season came out, they released half the season and then the second half came later. I completely forgot about the second half. I ended up watching the second half finally. And I mean, it's a corny, takes place in France and now they're like in Italy and all this stuff show. It's love triangles and love, and it's a comedy and fashion and all this stuff. Plays on like a lot of like typical cliches and tropes. But I mean, it's easy to watch. It's something that I don't have to like read subtitles for. It's funny. There's a lot of aesthetic things in the show, attractive people. So I've been enjoying it so far. Well, so far, the way that the season ended was another cliffhanger. So I thought the show would be done. I feel like I have so many shows that are just like on hiatus or ongoing, which is kind of frustrating, but another one to add to the list. I did finish Avatar: The Last Airbender live action. So I did get a Netflix account for Squid Game 2 just for this month. Of course, I already finished that. So I'm just catching up on all the shows that I didn't have previously because I feel bad. Like I've been mooching off my sister for the longest time, but I just want to like be on my own accounts now. So I did finish Avatar: The Last Airbender live action. I would give it an 8 out of 10. There were a few moments where I was getting emotional, like at the very end of the season when he turns like into the spirit and like everyone's like bowing down to him. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was getting in my feels a little bit. And then of course, was she a princess? I can't remember. She was like the spirit that gave her life and everything like that. So overall, I enjoyed it way better than M. Night Shyamalan's live action, and I'm looking forward to when more seasons come out. And Aang learns something besides airbending. A while ago, I went on Reddit and I said, hey, these are all of the anime that I watched. These are my favorite of all time. I ranked everything. And then they provided me a bunch of feedback, and as they gave me shows, I would put them on a list, and as a show was recommended to me more than once or twice or 3 times, it got moved up the list. And the number one thing that was recommended to me, because Neon Genesis Evangelion, however you pronounce it, I rated that. That was like my worst rated anime, but I watched it like when I first started watching anime and the ending just threw me off so much. They recommended watching the movie. So I ended up watching the movie, and I would say it did help the case a little bit. I feel like it gave me a little bit more closure. So I would give the series overall like a 7 out of 10 now instead of like a 4 or a 5 or whatever I gave it previously. The movie did help. And it was nice to kind of watch like an old school, like 90s vibe anime again. So that was nice. Okay, that concludes all the TV show stuff. So my New Year's was pretty lit. I'm not going to lie. Like you see these disco lights, that was the vibe that we were going for. So we started at dinner. The dinner was really nice. It was mainly like tapas, so a bunch of like different appetizers and finger foods that we could all eat and order slowly, some drinks. And we did pregame previously too, which was nice. And then after dinner, we had VIP tickets to a rave at the LA Convention Center, which was really cool. I mean, it was a massive venue. I'll show a couple photos. Massive venue. The drinks were strong. The music was stronger and, make your body go move into the beat. And overall, if you told me I had to stay there for the rest of the night, I was mentally prepared to, get to the point where I needed to be to fully enjoy that night. But we went with a group of 10, and let's just say 9 of us, that was our first rave. And a lot of us were dressed like a little bit nicer, not quite ravey, because when we first started like getting in line and getting up to the venue, saw a lot of, booty cheeks hanging out, nipples hanging out, all that stuff. And I was like, oh, this is a different kind of event. Because we were dressed kind of classy, like dark colors, collared shirts and nice layers, nice shoes, nice pants. And then we realized, oh, we were not prepared for this at all. So it wasn't the vibe. We only stayed at the rave for like an hour. And then we went to West Hollywood, the tried and true. And we ended up posting up at a club the rest of the night, which was really nice. They usually have tables going down the middle. They took those tables away, so everyone just had way more dance space. Someone in our group ended up getting like a table for us. So we were, and bottle service. So we had like a table to go back to once it started getting really packed. But overall, a great night, great way to spend New Year's with friends, dancing, just vibing away, I want to thank all of you reaching 2,000 plus subs. I've always had the fear of like getting over a milestone and then losing subs and then going beneath that milestone. Like I wouldn't want to, or of course I would always thank and be grateful for you all, but it would be awkward to like think, oh, thank you for 2,000 subs. And then like 10 people unsubscribe and then I'm below 2,000 again. So it's kind of like weird. but I'm like not deep into the 2000s, but I'm almost to like the year that we're in. So I think it's safe to to thank all of you. So thanks so much for 2,000 subs. My goal this year, hopefully I can reach 2,500 subs. I think that'll be mainly on me posting consistently, which I hope I can do again, but we'll see. But thank you all for that. I'll also show my recap for the year, which I don't remember them doing this previously. Maybe they did, but it was a cool little snapshot summary of the whole year. I did get some new sunglasses. So they're like reverse lens Club Masters, which I think are really nice. They're a pair that they're like one of my favorite pair of sunglasses that I put on in a long time, so I had to grab them. I did get new running shoes. My first pair On Clouds. I've been using Sauconys for the longest time, if you've seen my shoe reviews. And I don't know, they were just not giving me what I was looking for, and all of my friends and people have been recommending the On Clouds. I personally think they're hideous, but I figured I'd give them a chance. I did run a few miles in them today, and they didn't feel too bad, so we'll see how they... And I squatted in them, so I was looking for a shoe that kind of you can do both in, run and train in. I didn't want to have to like switch shoes out, so far so good, but I'll be doing a review on those. And the final talking point that I have is I have been trying to keep up with NFL, college football, NBA, and right now college football, the playoff is in the midst. There's just the semifinals and the finals left to play. All of the higher seeds got upset, which is really cool after the bye week. So now we got Texas versus Ohio State, and then Penn State versus... Oh, I feel so bad. I can't remember the final team. I think it was whoever beat Boise State. I can't remember, but hopefully... Maybe... I think I'm rooting for Texas. We'll see. I think I'm rooting for Texas on this. Ohio State was looking pretty mean, not going to lie. And then... I feel so bad. I can't remember who beat Boise State. I'll have shown a little photo of the bracket, but let me know who you want to win the college football playoff if you even care. But that is actually all I have for this video. I'm now fully caught up on all my talking points. So now everything should be fresh from here on out. I appreciate all y'all's patience and more videos to come. Thanks so much.